Hello, I'm Johan Falk at Node 1, Scandinavia. This is a demonstration on how to accomplish exercise number 19 in the suite called Documentation site in the book called Drupal 7 The Essentials. In this exercise we're going to work with views content panes and we're going to work with a few other cool tools when accomplishing this user story. It's called Select List for navigating collections. As a site visitor viewing a documentation collection, I would like to easily switch between different documentation pages in the collection. I would like to do this using a select list at the top of the page containing all the pages in the collection. Okay, so a select list where you can switch between the pages in the collection. I would like the same select list to be available when viewing the collection itself. Fair enough. If this is important since it helps me view the individual pages without having to refer to the collection all the time. That makes sense. How to demo. Log into the site, create a documentation collection, link it to pages, okay, create the content necessary. Then at the documentation collection, verify that there is a select list with the included documentation pages, okay. At the collection, and then when selecting one of the pages, verify that you're presented with a relevant page and that the list is still present. Fair enough. So here's the site we're using to build this, and I have disabled some things that we built previously. When I go to example collections now, I am not redirected to the edit page, and I've also turned off the block with the overview of the pages included in the collection. It was kind of in my way. I'm going to make some better things for this now. We are going to use the views content pane display style. It's found in Chaos Tool Suite. It is the superior display style for views. 9 times out of 10 you can use pages and blocks instead. But if you have a tool that works 9 times out of 10, it will make you unhappy. Views content panes works 10 times out of 10, and that makes you happy. So let's go then. There is we're going to use the view style called jump menu to create the select list. It's a pretty useful style in these cases at least. Okay, so views. I'm going to add a new view and I'm going to call it collection navigation list or something. Collection navigation is enough. A jump menu displaying with the documentation pages within referred to by a given collection. I'm going to show content of type all, sure, tagged with something unsorted is fine with me. I don't need a page, I don't need a block. Continue and edit, because I want a content pane. Right, content pane here. I'm going to have this content pane accept one contextual filter, which is a node ID of the collection we're viewing. So I'm going to start by adding the contextual filter. I'm actually going to nid here, get the node ID. If we don't get anything, then hide the view, then something is wrong. Browse %1. That might be a good title for this. Browse this collection. Validate that this is a node ID for a documentation collection. Good. More, let's call this the active documentation collection. Let's just call it collection, it's quicker and a bit shorter. Right, the active collection. From this collection I'm gonna collect all the related pages. So I'm going to get the pages here as relationships, and this, let's call it pages, all deltas, documentation pages. That would be great. Okay, now I'm going to change the format of the view to a jump menu, and then I'm going to study real quick what this one does. We can group stuff. I don't want to do that. The path field. Here, to properly configure a jump menu, you must select one field that will represent the path to utilize. You should then set that field to exclude. All other displayed fields will be part of the menu. Please note that all HTML will be stripped from this output, as select boxes cannot show HTML. Okay, so we need something that links to the pages, the documentation pages. We need some kind of text to display as well. We have the content title right now, and that's not what we want to use. Select the conversion. That's kind of interesting. Select the current contextual filter value. I didn't, well, that's a new label. If checked, the current path will be displayed as a default option in the jump menu, if applicable. I trust the description more than the label here. We'll see if I'm right later on. Okay, so let's build the path that we need. I'm gonna add here the node ID of the documentation collection first. I don't need any label, and I'm gonna exclude it from display. Let's call it something collection nid. And then we need the nid of the individual documentation pages. So we get another node ID here. Add and configure. Use the relationship to the pages. No label, thank you. Exclude from display. I think actually that we could just use this and have the no, we want to exclude it from display anyway, sorry. But we can rewrite this. Let's see here. Rewrite, and then I'm gonna write node slash nid, I think this is. Replacement patterns. Boom. Nid is the collection nid. And then what was the second one? Nid 1 here. Good. This is the path that we want to use. Node slash collection ID slash page ID. Right, let's call this page ID, page nid even. Then just to make it a bit more pretty, I'm gonna add view result counter. I wonder if this works, we'll see. That would allow me to have numbers 1, 2, 3 and so on to display with the documentation pages, and that would be kind of nice. No label, starting value 1. Good. Let's exclude that one as well. I'm hiding a lot of stuff because I want to merge them together soon. Well, maybe I don't need to actually, because the jump menu will merge them for me. The title here displayed should be the title of the pages, the documentation pages. We don't need to link it, it will be linked by the jump menu. Right, let's call this docs page title. And let's reorder these. Docs page title. First the number, then the title. Use result counter, could actually use a better name. number, for example, it's a better name. There. Let's go back and configure the jump menu here. We should use the path from the page NID, and I'm gonna hide the button text, the button at all. So if I just click something in the drop down, it'll go to the page. There. Now, in order to check this, I would like to, let's save, just in case I click somewhere wrong place. I want to try this with a node ID of a collection here. I think it's 35, but I'm sure 34, pretty close. Okay, so what will this give me if I input 34? Gives me browse my example collection and this. So I don't get any numbers here. So let's change that then. Docs page title. Did I exclude the number? No. Yes, I did. Okay, so let's try it if I not exclude it then. Apply. And now I get one. Oh, this is beautiful. Great. So, and let's not have a pager on this one. Just display all results. Display all items. It will technically be just one item, but then a number of relations on it. Then before finishing this, I'm going to give this an admin title used within panels. I'm going to call it collection navigation. Give it a description. Select list used to navigate a given collection. And I'm going to change the category into, say, documentation. There. Right. Now I have a contextual filter here. Something really important is to use this argument input setting and fetch that contextual filter value from the context of the custom page where it's embedded. We will require that there is a node, and we're going to collect its content ID. There. I think that's it for now. Yes, okay, so let's go forward and embed this in some panels that we have. Structure, pages. T-time. I'm going to use create a new variant on the node view page to use for collections only. So I'm adding a variant here. I'm going to call it collections. This is a panel. I need selection rules. I don't need any contexts. Selection rules I use to make sure that this is only used when viewing collections. The node being viewed should be a documentation collection. Save. Continue. I'm going to use just a simple one column layout. And then we get to the page, which I always skip. I don't know CSS, that's kind of why I skip it. And gonna add first from the documentation the collection navigation. Then I get to select what to input as argument, contextual filter value to the view. I only have one node object, so that's an easy choice. And then I'm going to add the node content. Override title so we don't get it twice. And change all the stuff that you need to change just to have it outputted as a standard node. Get the title from pane. Create variant. And gonna use, I don't know why it does this. It says it selects both of them for getting the panel title. That's strange. Okay, update and save. Now this is half of it. Okay, now it recognized that something was wrong with the panel title. There. That's half of the job. Let's go back to pages here. Now, this viewing a documentation page within a collection, we're going to add a new element to, namely this navigation, of course. Add here from documentation the collection navigation. And here we can select whether we want to input the collection or the documentation page as active collection, and when selecting the collection, of course. Update and save. And I would say that's it. We'll see that when I demonstrate this in a while. Cheers!